All right, this is 22B, I guess, right? Got the glass laid up. Was pretty straightforward stuff. Now the driver fairing will now be bonded to the overlay. She's all grafted in. This side looks a little gnarly, but I didn't want to cover all this and then try to roll it right down that sharp edge, because it really wouldn't. I could have used some cloth instead, or some material mat instead, right? I also had some 10-ounce cloth I was thinking about using, but trying to do up and down at the same time is going to leave a big air void here. So what we'll do is we'll let the stuff kick off. Maybe I'll just hit this with the 90 real quick when it's hardened up and get this clean, and then put some mat across here with it going over the end. Or maybe we won't do anything at all, because once we get this thing off of here, we have a lot of trimming to do on the inside, right? This overlay goes down that vertical bit quite a bit too, and a bunch of that's going to have to be cut and trimmed. A bunch of this, especially on that side where it came up short of the bodywork, that vertical bit was going to have to be cut and trimmed. So there may be a little material going on, glass going on in the bottom, especially from here to here. Because right now, really all we got is the filler and this little bit of fiberglass holding this to that overlay on this side. We did put a couple pieces here just to hold it together once we, cut this piece of wood loose, when it's all hardened up, when we're pulling it off. But we will do a little bit of work on the backside. So maybe we'll just knock this down and let Patrick, spread his filler here and cover all this stuff here. All we're going to do, once this is hardened up, is get it popped loose, trim the top side, trim the underside, that vertical part of the overlay, trim anything that's old school, old part in the middle of nowhere. We'll trim all the vertical bits off of it. Obviously, here, and here. We'll get rid of all that. And then we can put a little something on there if we feel we need the extra support. But so the only body working that'll be done will be to this lip here and all this raw glass. The rest of it he's just going to scuff, and after he fills this stuff here, prime, probably wet sand, and then paint and clear coat. So nice to have old Patrick doing all that body work for us. Thanks, Patrick, saving me a big headache, a bunch of work, and I don't have the place to do it, to make all that big dusty mess. We're still fabricating here, right? We don't have a dedicated place to do cut, grind, and sanding of composite, or doing Bondo, sanding and Bondo. It makes a lot of dust. It makes a big mess. You can see a bit of it here just from messing around, right? We don't like it. We like to separate the two. Cut and grind and weld and that stuff, that powder is flammable. So you don't want to be doing any welding and stuff like that around this stuff if you don't have to. Really, you don't want to do it at all. So 22B in the can. She's in one piece. We ought to be popping this thing off here tomorrow or the next day. It depends. We're seeing 50-degree 40s and 50s for highs. Getting a little colder than that at night. So we'll give this 2 good days, probably. The rest of the day today, all day tomorrow. And we'll come out and start notching some 3/4 tubing for the back. Just raw tube. And getting ready to do our bodywork stays in the back. But it's coming along. 22B in the can. Godspeed. God bless you all. Hang in there. We're praying for you.